Greetings, my friends. I hope you're having a good day. There's a huge transformation. What's been what's been unfolding is finally happening. It is crystallizing within. It is felt. I hope you do feel it. Feel free to leave me a comment to let me know, as well as thank you for your likes, sharing, and not forget to subscribe, as well as for your donations if you can. For I'm here to speak about transcendental psychology, self-help, self-development in many ways, and just to become more aware. We're completely changing our psyche, and our life will change as a result of that inner transformation that God has been in the works of creating for us, co-creating with us for such a long time, consciously or unconsciously. For we all have fear with it. There is a lot of fear in this world. Fear is a natural thing. It is a tool for evolution. The most common fears are success, failure, death, intimacy. But we all carry a range of different fears that are conscious or unconscious, and fears shouldn't be seen as an enemy. They should be seen as opportunity to unfold courage. When we see a fear and we have the courage to traverse it, then we transcend it, when we're developing self-compassion, self-love, as well as lucidity. We speak by words. Very soon we'll move into telepathy, but right now words are very important, and there are certain words that usually should be avoided, like death, sex, money, marriage, because you never know what trigger you're going to ignite within the people you're using. You use those words, but if you have no choice but to use those words, then do it so it brings a warm feeling rather than a fearful feeling, for to the love and abundance, and so that your words have a liberating effect, that create a liberations. And there are many buzzwords that those are the words trending that resonate within the consciousness, the collective consciousness, and we need to reprogram the subconscious consciousness, subconscious collective consciousness. Unconscious, it's unconscious. Subconscious is the sum of all the past, everything that's been recorded, and that will be replayed within the mind. It's an unconscious thing. It is. We have no choice. It's just slowly but surely we're infusing more light, love, and wisdom in our subconscious, so that it becomes conscious. We're transforming negative into positive, and we are assisting the whole collective of the earth, because there's only one subconscious, and it's the 99 monkey effect. So we want to really anchor as much energies, that words that bring love and unity rather than fear and separations. For we need to achieve at least 55% of positivity, of freedom from fear in our reality, for to start our ascensions. And so hopes and faith are very, very important. Although the ego will need to continue to control rather than surrender to love, light, and wisdom, because it needs to control. It's afraid that it knows only the past, and it wants to hold on to what it has, and it wants more. When the soul knows and trusts the unknown, because it's the change. So, but we all have unique curriculum. So what I'm saying is relative to my reality. There are certain things that are absolute; they work for everybody or most people. But we all are unique, and so really follow your own intuition, your dream, the signs, your feeling states. Really listen to your higher self. We are here to help humanity, the children of God. For if God is my Father, and I know that all the humanity are His children, that makes them my brothers and sisters. So we're only one family in truth. There is only one God, one truth, one point of freedom, one planet that we live in, and we're all sharing, and we have to learn to share from a unity standpoint rather than a separated standpoint. That's a great shift of consciousness. But basically, because what we hear is to help them remember of the eternal nature and their glorious origin. We all come from a creator that's far more grandiose and glorious than anything we can remember. In truth, for anything I've seen, this is so amazing. Just trust, and you will see. Yeah. Hang in there, continue the program, and those origins and connections are stellar, they're cosmic, and they're divine. So we all have unique stellar, cosmic, and divine histories and connections. But if, as children of God, as a child of God, if I identify myself as a Christian in this planet right now, in the time right now, I have to see that Muslims are my cousins. So we only one family. We have to bridge all the religions are only the finger of the same hand. And there was Genghis Khan, a very long time ago, that said that. He was quite wise in that perspective. He also gave equal right to women in the time of antiquity. It was kind of rare. It was quite advanced in that. So it's like we all have a family tree, and our relationships are affiliated to our soul group and spiritual descendants. Yes, we all come from the same source, and there is only one life. There can never be two life. That's all is part of the one. But it's challenging to integrate that law of one in a world that is so polarized, that is always in duality. And the laws of dualities will eventually disappear to leave place to the law of one as we practice it. But it's challenging also to teach spirituality in a world that is almost totally materialist. People are more interested in materialism than spirituality. But I trust with the elevation of consciousness and all the cosmic energy that is bombarding the earth, that people will awaken to the call and will have no choice but to respond to the call of their heart and their inner call to their own spiritual self. For the mind stands always between spirit and matter. When spirit and matter are aligned, there is no need to think about it. It's obvious. But in the earth, there is a big difference between the matter and the spirit. So the mind has sometimes to work really hard to try to find coherence. On paradise, there is no separation between mind and matter. The infinite spirit and paradise are one. So the mind of God, the conjoint actor, for the Father and the Son have their own mind, but the infinite spirit is the mind. This is the expression of the mind. And so, but here we have the Holy Spirit, the great mother of our universe. And so it's important to let the mind be dominated by the heart. And understanding God forgives. He forgives us for not knowing what we do not know, or not being able to do something we were incapable to do. For me, it's like sometimes I felt like it took me a long time to get where I am today, and I didn't think I would be able to do it, which means I've never doubted the existence of God or the wisdom of the universe, but I doubted my ability to align with it. And now it is here, so it is a great blessing. And the more we are able to bless others, like strangers, people we cross on the streets, whenever our consciousness are turning to someone, even if we see them only once, never see them again, but to send good thoughts, a positive energy, to send a blessing to them, something that to awaken them, to send a little bit of your own God light and energy. And the more we are able to bless others, the more we'll feel blessed ourselves. For God, the life is just a mirror. So it will take a while to reprogram ourselves completely, but we're really working towards that. Although the ego is always about protection, he wants to maintain the status quo. He wants to hold on. He knows only what's there physically, and that's what he wants to hold on to. And he's waiting for more. When the soul wants to surrender, because there has to be trust and faith in great potential for magic and miracles. But that requires to make leaps of faith. And we are shifting from being purely in the mental reality, mental, emotional. It's going to be a word in the future, mental, because mental and emotional are always connected. To be under the direction, to be heart-based consciousness, to be led by spirit. So that is really the way to go, but the way inwards and upwards. But making it happen here and now, it is happening here and now, regardless of the circumstances. It is what we call transcendence, is to be in the here and now of the infinite reality of joy, love, happiness, regardless of the circumstances. Not always easy, we don't always succeed in that, but it is already potential, and we're practicing it as much as possible. There is no more need for complaining. Life is perfect. All is perfect. I am perfect. You are perfect. The life of God is perfect. So whenever you see a moment that's not really so imperfect, you feel it's not so imperfect, just say, thank you, God, for this perfect moment. That opens the door for you to integrate the fact that you want to live in the state of grace, the state of flow, the state of perfection. And there is no random event. Everything has a reason for being. So if you flip a coin, it will fall on the side that it's supposed to ride on, to fall on. Although it's like there is some coins that are rigged. They will always fall against you. But so don't play with gambling, and is not. I'm not recommending gambling. Like Allah says in the Quran, there is good in gambling and alcohol, but there is more bad than good for you. So I recommend that you stay away from it. Because just all of that are just tools. Everything is a tool. The tools are depend on your level of consciousness. Some people will use different tools, and there is a reconnection to nature, the nature, the kingdoms of nature, the mineral, the animals, the animals. Vegetables, animals. The animals, if you see them all, you take all the animals, it is a facet of the personality of the Creator. And with animals, they're really ascending, they're evolving, they're growing. There is no deception or ego, but they have fear within themselves. And when we ascend, we have to transcend the fear that comes from our animal nature that we have within. And as we ascend progressively through the dimension, we're liberating all kinds of illusions and fear from the animal origin of this biological body. So you have deep connection to certain animals like dolphins and whales and all the cetaceans, the hippocampus, also the lions and the cats people, of course the cats and dogs here, the elephants, the giraffe, the bears, but also the dragons, the unicorns, the fairies, all the nature spirits. Well, they're not really animals, but they're connected to the natural kingdom. And I'm connected to the centaur Chiron. But it's very important. There is totem animals, there is animal guides, and we need to reconcile with all those beings as well. for even if it's a species that's about to leave, that's disappearing for the earth for whatever reason, send them love and blessings that they're loved, and then they will come back later. So do not worry. The universe is and anything that creates fear is not is part of the illusions. Anything that is about trust in the amazing reality of God and His plans for all souls, all beings, whether it be mineral, animal, vegetal, humans, angels, gods. God has everything. They are all plan a destiny for each and every one of them. So let's trust and have faith in that. I'm going to show some art. Didn't think of a song, but I have two dimension, 21 by 30 and 30 by 40, and those ones I think they work well together. I was push 4 of them. I'm going to show them on a little. I'm going to frame them with a natural clear wood with a little space individually, but I'm going to present probably by 6, 3 and 3, and then the larger one I'll do 2 and 2. Probably because they will work well as cluster. I think it's there are many ideas about refining the presentation. The presentation is very important. In my art, I always felt like there was so much spirituality, so much energy from the source that presentation was secondary. Just as within myself, and for a while I wasn't taking care so much of my presentation. I used to go to nightclubs with my painting clothes and all those things, but I'm reminded that we only have one chance to make a first impression, and so it's really nice to have a good presentation. Although appearance can be deceiving, it's always good to be to have the best presentation you can given the circumstances. Personally, I'm really eager to have a new wardrobe, to have nice clothes to wear. That's going to be really nice. It's only just feel good kind of thing. For of course, it's not the alpha and the omega. The way you look, like a lot of people in fashion, will lead you to believe. But it is kind of nice to be able to find a look, a presentation that is authentic and make you feel good. So those 4, for instance, I thought they would work well together in a square presentation. So it's kind of nice because I have a lot of them, but I'm going to have big walls, and when you show small paintings on big walls, you can make clusters of paintings. It's kind of nice as they work together. First I have those, so the next size are over. And all of them have a story. They have to look at it to see the story. And then I'm probably going to put titles on them, although titles are not essential. Once I see what is going on in the paintings, and I will review them. If the story is not strong enough, even if they're pretty, I will try to figure out if I should leave it or not. And So, because the titles are not so important in general, just for surrealist paintings like Dali or Magritte, it's very, very important. I mean, it's like they come up with amazing titles, the surrealistic painters. But they need to also. So people have some clue of the title is half of the painting in Magritte, for instance, or without the title, the painting is like bland. It's like, but there could be untitled, of course, and let everybody see the story that they see. But there is a lot of things going on in those paintings. Maybe I'll give them titles. I'm not really sure. I'll see that in time to comment and catalog them. And I'm going to finish with I'm going to pull a few more oracles from the angels. I thank you for your support, for liking, sharing, for commenting. I thank you so very much to subscribe and for your donations. It's very kind and generous. It helps me to navigate those last times before I move into my my new environment. And the observer of the day is enthusiasm. So we have to stay up. The higher wisdom is forgiveness. Forgive yourself, forgive others. So make it a blank canvas, and so you can create something new. What needs to be understood is friendship. Friendship is very essential. Epicure thought it was the most essential thing in human life, and it is very, very important. It's not to have a million friends, but it's good to have people that like you, or for your ideas, or for whatever. Or like people on social media, but it was in Seneca who was. I wrote a whole book about friendship, and he was saying it's if you have 5 real friends, and then all of a sudden you have 30 real friends, you're going to spend that you have 30 friends that are not really the real friends. You're going to spend a lot of time with those 30 people, and you're going to neglect your real friends. So it is important to just see how it feels. But we want to be friendly to all life. In Ireland, they say a stranger is a friend you do not know yet. Wonderful country, Ireland. I'm looking forward to visit there. What we need to do is potentiality, to see the potential. It's the potential, and then do what we can to make it actual. And the outcome is complementarity. Life is like a puzzle. It's all going to come together as a great puzzle, and it's quite wonderful. And then we'll be able to see the truth. For everything has been a preparation for what is to come. Well, I hope this message resonated with you. Only take what resonated with you. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.